welcome to Professional Beauty India Spotlight with me, PRIYANKA Parshurami. In today's episode of Professional Beauty India Spotlight, we are privileged to have with us Priscilla Corner, who is the leading hairdresser, a makeup artist and owner and director of famous salon chain in Kolkata, June Tomkyns. Welcome, Priscilla.
Hi, Priyanka. Hi, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you.
And my privilege.
Yes,
Indeed.
Priscilla ma'am has been working in the industry from past 2.5 decades. She actually started her journey getting the inspiration from her mom, the famous June Tomkyns. And after that, there is no seeing back, I'm sure.
Quite right.
Yeah, so we all are very eager to know how did you start the journey. So if you can just enlighten us about the same.
As you quite aptly said, I mean, I was born into brand June Tomkyns. You don't become a brand overnight. You know, passion and excellence are something that comes with you from the day you are born, almost. And so certainly under the tutelage of my mom, I got to witness this passion and excellence. And then when the bar is set that high, you witness that passion and that excellence and you want to be a part of it. It is definitely a rub-off syndrome.
Yes, indeed.
So this is how it began. And then subsequently, our salon was associated with all the mega brands. Well, Schwarzkopf, L'Oreal, etc., etc. And they would have mentors. They would have artists coming in. So it's been a learning journey, an imbibing journey.
Yes.
From a mentoree to now a mentor. Hopefully, yeah. So this is, and then I took my own journey in as much as going abroad, just say a salon like Hobbs, which has amazing talent, award-winning artists, and I got to spend time with them and be with them and see how they function. And these are the sort of learning experiences that have carved my personal journey in this industry.
And how old were you when you had your first clientele or your first work as a hairdresser?
I'll tell you, I was 5 years old because I used to cut my sister's hair. I was the one with the straighter hair in the family. She had these curls, so she wanted straight hair. So in all my innocence, I thought if I cut off the curls, it would become straight. So that was my first experience with cutting hair, as early back as that.
Okay. And professionally, your first?
Professionally, I think it would be around about, say, 19, 20.
Yeah.
Correct. Then I made very sure that I learned the craft. Definitely under the tutelage of my mom, but then, you know, honing my talents with a good basic foundation before I presented myself on the salon floor.
Yes. And as we all know that Kolkata is very rich in cultural heritage. So through your work, how do you try, like how does the city influence the artistic vision and the techniques that you work on?
Calcutta is simultaneously an artist, it's a muse, it is a creative expression, it is an artistic commune.
Yes.
There is a lot of sharing, there is a lot of imbibing, there is a lot of freedom of expression, there's a lot of inclusivity here. And I think it is also a creativity that's rooted in divinity. Probably because if you come here during the Durga Pujas, for instance, you will see creativity unleashed in all its colorful splendor. Topics from the contemporary to the traditional are dealt with.
Wow.
If you take a walk through all the pandals, you will see this using modern media, how they're able to straddle tradition and the current topics. And I think this freedom of expression gives birth to a certain mindset, the mindset of the experimental, the adventurous. And this is the mindset my clients bring to me.
Wow.
So I have clients, and certainly some of our actresses, you may have seen them, what bold hairstyles they sport, short, colored. And this is the mindset that my clients bring to me. You know, they want colored hair, it's purple, it's green, it's pink, it's short hair, it's the pixie. They're willing to try it. So I think, like I said, it's the mindset birthed from this rich cultural heritage, which is explorative and experimental in nature. That has also helped me creatively.
Yes. And how do you try to maintain a balance between traditional and the modern way through your work? Like you were just saying about when your client comes to you with having like the funky colors like they need, or during Durga Puja if somebody wants like a sober tradition. So how do you try to strike that balance through your work?
I think any skill form is rooted in craft. And when you're rooted in craft, you know, oscillating between any form is quite simple, really. When we say traditional, we mean the tried and the tested. And the tried and the tested is the foundation of all skill and discipline and craft. So it's quite simple to go back to one's roots and then, you know, take it further where creativity is concerned, Priyanka.
Any example of any client that you've worked with where you can actually tell us where you have actually done like a modern makeup with a traditional touch, or a traditional makeup with a modern touch, and it just like in your memory?
I think a lot of the makeup that is happening right now is modern. I mean, that's the ones, it's something that you can wash off. So people are really experimental with makeup. So most makeup that goes with all the cuts, you know, the shadows and the blushes, the contouring, the baking, it's all there with the traditional cuts and the traditional styles. All makeup is modern, and so it goes with either the traditional. Or the,
and in this rapidly evolving beauty industry, staying relevant is the key.
Yes,
so
definitely.
How do you keep yourself updated with the latest trends and techniques from the industry?
But like I said, continuously updating through travel, you know, seeing how other artists are performing. And I think definitely post-pandemic, what has happened is that some of the greatest artists are now sharing their craft online.
Yes.
Yes. So this sort of platform that has been established is here to stay.
Yeah.
Because the artist derives its satisfaction by having such a wide base as an audience. And definitely now the watcher and the viewer is now having access to this sort of talent. So updating your skills in whichever way possible, through travel, through platforms, through mentoring, because what happens is when you take on the position of a mentor, you're forced to learn, because the person who comes to you as a mentoree will come with their own vibe, their own energy. And this is very inspirational to the mentor as well. So it's a very give and take situation as mentor and mentoree.
That's true.
Yeah.
And again, collaboration is the key in our industry. So how can you tell us about some of your memorable collaborations or projects you've worked on till now?
I think collaboration is all about flexibility and adaptability.
Sure.
And in this ever-changing world that we live in, to survive, those are the two key qualities that are required: flexibility, adaptability. And then you have collective teamwork and creativity and collective problem solving. It also gives everyone around you flexibility, because that's what the need of the hour is, and that's what the future is going to demand of us.
That's true.
With regard to my collaborative efforts, I've been, for instance, I've been the hair master for Fiona D. Wills. I've been a celebrity hairstylist for Q Carpin. I have been the brand ambassador for Schwarzkopf Sensitive.
Yes.
And I've also been on the dream team of Kevin Murphy. These have all been very fruitful collaborations. That aside, you know, collaborating with my staff on the floor every day. Some of them are so talented. Yes. Some of them have so much hands-on experience, so much of skill. So every collaboration at every level, even from the vendors who come to me, you know, their products, this is like this is work, this is what's working, this is what's not working. Every interaction is a collaborative effort, yours and mine currently. Yeah.
This is like a nice view, I think, to look at.
So every interaction is a potential to be a collaboration.
Yes.
And it's vital.
Actually, for a growth of an individual also, I think it's very important.
Yeah.
So. And okay, so many aspiring hair artists do look up to you for inspiration. So what advice would you give to someone who's just starting their journey in the Indian hairdressing?
Get your basics and your foundation sound.
Yes,
That
I think
way
that's
you won't have to continuously function on guesswork.
Yes.
Sometimes you keep your mistakes. In other words, some of the greatest little art forms are born from mistakes. I don't say no. That's why we say keep your mistakes. It's quite a term that's bantered around. However, the foundation of any craft must be done very well. It must be ingrained within you. Then you have the freedom to fly, to create, to explore. But foundation is key. That's what I would tell everyone. You know, don't try and impress in the beginning. Learn, imbibe, see, watch.
I think that's something missing currently.
It's the foundation.
The foundation.
Because it's still not that organized a sector.
Yes, I was just going to ask you, since you said you have done your education from US, from Hobbs, like, and the other,
I went,
and the other things. So how, and you've seen that side of the education and the craft. So how do you see in India to get that kind of education and craft? What should be done, like, by the industry?
That's why I just said the online platforms are there. Plus, the academies in a trickle-down scenario, you know, you learn and you teach. And this is why academies are very important. Going back to what I was saying earlier, most people in our industry learn on the job.
Yes.
It's like begins with almost like a livelihood watching. And so that is changing, that scenario. And once education is available to everyone, then we'll see a more organized sector automatically happening. Everything from presentation to the craft, etc.
That's true. We yet to be like, we're slowly starting getting towards that.
It is, like I said, collaborative platforms like these. Now you have organized this meet, Professional Beauty India. There's going to be so much of networking, so much of interaction, so much of fraternizing. It starts like this. So,
and what are your thoughts on importance of self-care and wellness for beauty professionals? How should they prioritize this in their lives?
Ultimate importance, because sometimes when you have back-to-back clients, you shouldn't forget to drink water. You shouldn't forget to take the time to relax, because you know, your mental and physical health depends on it. When you do yoga to stretch out, because you're bending constantly, you're on your feet constantly. It's a very physically demanding job. Being a hairstylist, it's extremely physically demanding. And since wellness on a whole is so interlinked, mental and physical, if you don't take care of yourself physically, it's a matter of time before you mentally aren't able to handle anything. So that link between the two always has to be maintained. A little bit of breathing, meditation, yoga, and you know, eating properly, drinking properly,
hydrating, staying hydrated.
Yes, staying hydrated.
And also one question out of curiosity. So you've been a hairdresser yourself, and now you're managing the salon chains, like the two chains that you have. So what do you like most, being behind the chairs or behind the tables?
I think interacting with clients and behind the chair.
So you still have that hairdresser alive in you?
Behind the chair is a better alternative, for me.
Great. And with this we come to end of our main questions. Now we have like few rapid fire kind of questions which you have to quickly give answer in one word. Okay, so we start? Okay. So what's your favorite hair trend of all time?
I would say the bob, because of its versatility. You can do 10 different variations of it.
Oh.
Yeah, graduated, layered, etc., etc. The bob.
If you could only use one hair product for the rest of your life, what it would be?
It would be a leave-in conditioner, because it doubles up as a heat protection. Protector. Yeah.
Long hair, short hair?
Short hair.
Short hair.
For me.
What's the most challenging hair color you've ever worked with?
Any color that wants to go like from a level 2, which is close to black, to an ash tone, a level 10. Not because the job is difficult or it's not possible, because maintaining the integrity of the hair when you take that quantum in on the color scale, that's the issue.
Okay. And lastly, if you could style the hair of any celebrity, living or dead, who it would be and why?
I think any client that sits in my chair is a celebrity.
Oh.
Any client. They are very important to me, and they're treated
nice.
that way, and they feel that way when they get up off my chair. However, Albert Einstein had some frizz. Maybe we could have given him a nice curl cream or something like that.
Yes. Thank you, Priscilla ma'am. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.